Hello everyone, myself Vikas Sharma, and today I told you about myself. My qualification is MA Economics, and my credential is I have passed my UPSC CSC mains examinations. I have also qualified the NET examination, and I have the more than the 210 years experience in teaching line. Now we are talking about our 100-hour course in NTA UGC NET topics. So this is our the topics: balance of payments, balance of payments. We are talking about the balance of payment in the export and import in our the rest with the rest of the world, Indian economy, theory of productions, budgeting system, demand for money, economic development, fiscal policy, and money banking. We have to discuss in the NTA UGC NET topic in our 100 hours class program. Now we are come to our today's topic. Our today's topic is the aggregate demand. First, we are starting the aggregate demands. We are very initially go through the what we are here in class 11, the meaning of the demand. When we are studying in class 11, introductory demand, this is the demand schedule. We know that this is the demand schedule. And in the demand schedule, we know that there is an inverse relationship between the price and the quantity demand. This is the quantity demand. This is the, we know about the quantity, and this is the price. So we know that if we are go to the higher prices, if we are go through the higher prices, so that means we got the less quantities, and the if the prices is down, if the prices is go down to the rupees 10 to 5, so that means we are increase our quantity from 10 to 20. This is we have here we learned in class 11 the demand, and the graph of the demand told us the meaning of the demand and the law of demand. Now in class this time we are going to know about the AS, aggregate supply. So what is the aggregate supply? So aggregate supply means we are go to the aggregate supply means the supply of economy as a whole. In supply demand, in which total value of final goods and services which all the sector are planning to buy. So that means what is the meaning of that planning to buy? It is not the what is actually to buy. It is the X and buying, X and demand, and X and supply. Means what is the planning to buy? We can call it the accent. To buy at a given level of income during a period of time. So we can say the aggregate demand. Aggregate demand means what we are demanding in near future is expected to be do. That means we are calculating the demand in two ways. The first level is demand with a level of income, and demand in level of price. If we go to the level of price, so that means there is an inverse relationship between the demand and the price. And if we are go through the level of income, so that means we are go to the income. So that means there is a direct relationship between the income and demand. इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि if we are expand more, if we are earn more, so that means we are expand the more. So there is a relationship what we are here to hear. What is total expenditure? So we know that the meaning of total expenditure. Total expenditure means that all the households, firms, government, and rest of the world are planning to buy during a period of time. It is also say that this is also planning, so that means it is also X and demand or X and expenditure. Yani all those person who produce the thing on the basis of expenditure, so that we can call it the expenditure. And if we are if we are taking about the relation of demand, so that is the thing that we go through the during a period of time according to the expenditure. Next topic. So what are the components? We can take it in this time. So this is the topic what we have taken. So the first topic is the private final consumption. Everybody know that What the meaning of private final consumption means the households are taking the goods for their personal consumption are known as the private final consumption. Investment expenditure. Investment expenditure are those expenditure which the producer want to invest in a economy are known as the investment expenditure. Government expenditure, always government have some expenditures that they are go through the consumer goods and the capital good. What are the consumer goods? So consumer goods are those goods that the government purchase for the army persons, the army persons goods, the all those goods, capital goods are those goods that the government are investing in bridges, dams, infrastructure. This is also called the capital goods. And if we are called about the net, also the net export, also the component of the aggregate demand. Next, AD, we can also say it the AD. AD means aggregate demand, consumption, investment, government expenditure, and export minus import. As you know that net export is, we can say that it is the net export. What we can got it from the X minus N. So if we are asking about the what is the meaning of AD, so we can say that AD refers to the consumption, investment, government expenditure, and what we are export. Net export may be possible, net import may be possible. Then related concepts. What are the related concepts? This is the related concept. So what we are taking things in the aggregate demand. We can take it in aggregate demand. First of all, we are know that the consumption expenditure. So first of all, we are knowing about the what is the consumption expenditure. Consumption expenditure is the autonomous consumption plus B Y. What is the, all these things we read here? So first, C means consumption. B means MPC. MPC means marginal propensity of sale. Marginal propensity to consume. MPC means marginal propensity to consume. We can call it the B also. There is a relationship between the B and consumption and savings. So we can say the consumption, autonomous consumption, MPC, and we can also know about the Y. So Y is related to income. So there is some things we have to know about that. The autonomous consumption. What is the autonomous consumption? Consumption that take place when the income goes to the zero. So consumption, when you have a zero income, that means there are some little amount of consumption. If we take out any person who are not fulfill their needs, so they also have some consumption. So this is the autonomous consumption. What they are not affected on the income. So autonomous consumption, there is always autonomous consumption in the society. MPC, marginal propensity, we have go through the discuss in the later topics. And why you know that what is the minimum of income. So consumption, first of all, we know that there is a consumption. So what is the relationship between the C and expenditure? So C means consumption related to the expenditure. Consumption is related to the directly related to the expenditure. If we are increasing our income, that means we are increasing in our expenditure or consumptions. Okay. So let's go through the graph, understand the what is the meaning of that graph clearly. So if we are go through the graph, so that means this is the graph. This is the investment. Investment is always have some autonomous investment in the society. We are suppose that we are assume that there is a autonomous yani ki this is the investment that are constant. There is always assume that there is a constant investment in the society. Consumptions, if we are go through this, so the level of income is zero. If there is a level of income is zero, so there must be some level of consumption. So we can call it the C. So there is also some C. And if we are increase our income, so that means consumption is increasing. And if we are increasing, if we are adding C plus I, so there is some autonomous consumption. What we have discussed in later topics. Okay, let us understand here. AD positively, if we are go through that topic. If we go through that topics, so this is the autonomous consumption, that is C. Whatever the consumption there is in a society. And if we are go through the schedule, so there is consumption and investment. तो हमने यहाँ पे देखा कि कंजम्पशन यहाँ पे है, मान लो 50, 70, 90, 100. There is a I. So what is I? So it is the level, same level, 20, 20, 20. And what is CI? यानी कि AD. So AD means C plus I. That's so here. AD is it is 70, 90, 110, and what is 120? What we get? Okay, let's understand. AD is positively related with level of income. What we have said that if the income is rises, so that means the AD also rising. At zero level of income, we can say the zero level of income, consumption exists. Consumption is always exist. People need minimum level of consumption for survival. You know that. This is, we can call it the autonomous consumption. Consumption which is denoted by P bar plus BY is equal to C. What we have, what we can take in the later formula. Consumption curve slopes upward. This slope is upward, which is the first component of AD. First component of AD consumption. And after that, we are adding the I. AD consumption rises with the rise in income. We know that it is rises when rises in the income. Next topic. Vice versa. Actually, we know that if there is increase in income, so there is increase in consumption. And if there is decrease in income, so that means there is decrease in consumption. It is very easy. Investment expenditure, we told about that investment is always autonomous. Autonomous investment, which is the sector component, remains constant. We are already told that there is a constant investment in the societies. With the rise in income, the investment is not rises. It is parallel to x-axis. It is always parallel. If we are going through the demand, so this is the investment. That is constant. Investment is always constant in the market. And this is the C. It is parallel to x-axis, assumed to be independent. Next, zero level income and remains constant. Zero level income में there is always some investment. This is autonomous investment. Zero level income, we can call it the autonomous investment. Zero level income में भी ये autonomous investment आपका है ही. तो यहाँ कोई समस्या वाली बात किसी को होगी नहीं. आगे बढ़ते हैं और इस टॉपिक को बहुत अच्छी तरह समझते हैं. ये टॉपिक आपके समझ में आ गया कि अगर इनकम बढ़ रही है तो कंजम्पशन भी बढ़ रहा है, इनकम कम हो रही है तो कंजम्पशन भी ऑटोमेटिकली कम हो रहा है. इन्वेस्टमेंट एक्सपेंडिचर हम लोग चले गए हैं. जीरो लेवल इनकम पे भी एक इन्वेस्टमेंट एक्सपेंडिचर होता है. मैंने एक शेड्यूल यहाँ पे बनाया था पहले से ही, यहाँ पे भी आप एक शेड्यूल समझ लीजिए. एडी इज डायरेक्टली रिलेटेड टू इनकम. एडी always rises when income is rises. AD depend upon the level of income. AD depend, if AD income is rises, so AD also rises. So we can say that AD is depend on the income. AD rises with the rise in income and vice versa. The same thing is schedules. We are understand there is always a type of investment that we call it the constant level of investment. We can say it the level of consumption. We can say that consumption is rises when the income is rises. So if the income is rises 100, 200, 300, so there is, you means that there is a rises in the consumption and investment remain constant. So that means CAD is equal to C plus I, a level when the income is rises, so that means consumption also rises and investment remains constant or autonomous if AD is equal to C plus I. We are understand the concept here. Now, aggregate demands means two sector demands. We have this read this topic earlier. Two sector and three sector components. So two sector component में हमारे क्या होते हैं? C plus I only. Two sector components. And if we are say that the three sector component, तो the three sector component में हम क्या जोड़ देंगे? C plus I plus Z, क्योंकि G can call the government. And if there is a one more second or open market, we can say it, so we can include it C plus I plus G plus X minus M. So we can say it, what we read here? We read here the components of AD. How can we are fulfill our AD? So AD is only the consumption, investment, government expenditure and export minus import, यानी कि net export or net import. Okay, so that is enough for today topic, and we are close to our topic. Thank you, everybody.